This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Welcome back, everyone. We are going to look at some viewer mail today. I've got some amazing stuff that I want to share. This is mostly zines today, and we're going to do this a little bit differently. Kind of did one of these a few months ago, and I want to try it again today. We're going to do kind of a rapid fire kind of situation here. I'm going to get a little bit more in, and I want to check out some awesome stuff. But before we get started, I do want to remind you, I've got 2 workshops coming up. We've got a zine workshop that is online. If you want to publish your own zine and you want some help from me and some other colleagues designing it, this is a great opportunity to do just that. We meet on Zoom once a week. The course lasts for a month. I'll put all the details in the show description below. And we also have a workshop called Dancer as Motif. This is a ballet photography workshop that I teach in New York. This one is coming up at the end of April. There's only a few slots left, so if you were interested, you might want to check out the details. This is an awesome class. I have a co-teacher for this, who is my friend, who is an awesome choreographer, Alexandra Light. We have 3 ballet dancers we're going to be working with, and if you're interested in capturing the human figure in motion, this could be a really fun workshop for you. I will leave all the details for these in the show description below. Let's get to some of your mail. All right, so this is going to be a little bit rapid fire. We're starting with a tiny little zine. This one comes to us from somebody named Vpdocs. Very mysterious, but this is pretty awesome. And I've showed stuff like this before, and I love this because it's handmade, it's tiny. Vpdocs, you've done an awesome job on this. And for those of you who don't know how this is done, basically it's taken one sheet of paper, you print on one side, and then there's a way to fold it up. He has this stapled, so I can't take it apart. But man, this is quite awesome. I love things that are small. I love things that are handmade, and I think it makes it kind of extra special. So you can click on his QR code here for more details. And so Vpdocs, thank you for sending. All right, next up is this zine, which is a very beautiful portfolio of images taken on Tybee Island, which is in Georgia. This comes to us from Mark David Wayne. Before I get into this, Mark David Wayne, I apologize. This got a little bit damaged in the mail, and you guys will see this as I go through the spreads. The US mail isn't perfect, unfortunately, so you'll have to ignore that. And it's unfortunate because the photos in here are absolutely spectacular. Mark, you've done an absolutely beautiful job with this. I love the Hasselblad expand format. I'm a huge fan, and I really love the diversity of styles of shots that you've got in here. There's some beautiful atmospheric things. There's some more kind of flat colored texture stuff, but I really love this spread in the middle that you build up to. What I really love about this is you see the little figure in the background, but because of your point of view, you've kind of compressed the foreground into it, and so you've got these big waves in here, and it kind of obscures a little bit the scale. This is really well done, man. I also commend your use of the expand format. That is not an easy one to work with. When I've come home with shots from that, I tend to think, well, okay, this is great. What do I do with them? They're not very social media friendly, and they're actually hard to get into a zine, but you've done a beautiful job with that on here. And I also love the mix of color and black and white photography. So I will link up to Mark as well as everybody in the show description below if you want to get a copy, and hopefully yours won't get dinged up in the mail like mine did. This is beautiful, Mark. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up are 2 zines actually that come to us from Mary Kidd. Full disclosure, Mary did take my zine workshop last year, and this was one of her projects that she was working on. This has kind of taken a turn since we worked on it, and I think it was a turn for the better. I'll explain this a little in her note, which reads, "Dear Ted, I am very pleased to send you the final version of my zine. Ultimately, I combined images and text using excerpts from Edgar Allan Poe's poems that resonated with my images and maintained the haunting atmosphere of the original video work. My original choice of photographs did not change, but once I decided to use Poe's poems, this influenced how I processed, edited, and sequenced them in the zine. For me, this was the most exciting and rewarding part of the process." So just a little behind the scenes of Mary's process here, because we did work on this in the class. She wanted something that was going to be narrative in nature, so in other words, it followed a storyline, and I think this came out really well. She chose to use photographs that are very haunting, lots of deep reds, oversaturated oranges, lots of dramatic lighting, and I think this came out really well. And while we're not really dealing with pairings or necessarily, I would say, pacing, the poetry makes the pacing happen. Mary, you should be very proud of this. I really love the way it came out. The print quality is outstanding too. She also sent in another zine, which is kind of a surprise to me, and I'm glad to see her continue to work on these. This one is simply called Musings, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This particular zine serves as almost a catalog for an exhibition that she's got coming up. She does state in her note here that there are 12 more images than are actually going to be in the exhibition. But Mary, this is awesome. I really love this. Is a very different zine than the other one, and I love the pairings that you've chosen to do. This really works out nicely. The subject matter is very offbeat. I think it has a great sense of humor to a lot of these images in here, and this came out fantastic. So I love the range that you're showing here. Mary, you should be really proud of these. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm really excited to share them with everybody else. I'll put Mary's contact information below. This is very impressive work that we're looking at today. I've got a couple more that I want to share with you, but real quick, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor this week, who helped make these videos possible. well, and they are the awesome folks over at Squarespace. How easy is it to build an amazing website in a matter of minutes? Squarespace has you covered. It's dead simple. Head over to Squarespace, hit Get Started. You can start by using Squarespace Blueprint AI and SEO tools, which will give you an impressive website in no time. Something unique because, you're not like other websites. Give your site a name. Next, you can build your homepage. We'll start with a few preset layouts just to get us going. Want to sell products like prints, books, maybe you make a zine? Well, you can feature those on your homepage. Create a few more sections if you want. Let's also give it a color palette. There's a whole bunch to choose from, and just get us started. We can change this all later. Next, let's select the typography choices. Welcome to your website. Everything is set up and it's all ready for you to customize. Squarespace is built on Fluid Engine, the next generation of website design. Select Edit, and Fluid Engine allows you to drag, place, and resize any element on the page. You can snap these to a grid, you can make them float on top of one another, you can freeform however you like. You can even preview and adjust how the site looks on either desktop or mobile. The layouts are independent. Of course, you'll want a portfolio for your work. Creating an image gallery is as easy as dropping a folder of images on your web browser. Once uploaded, you can drag to resort, customize the look, and Squarespace writes all of the code for you. Everything just works and it looks fabulous. Want to sell your own prints, books, or zines? Flexible payments allow you to make the checkout process absolutely seamless when you sell products or services. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and in eligible countries, you can offer customers the option to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. You should try Squarespace for yourself. It's absolutely free, no credit card required. Just go to squarespace.com/AOP, sign up for that free trial. If you decide Squarespace is right for you, I can save you an additional 10% on your order by using offer code AOP on checkout. That's right, the code is AOP. So stop procrastinating, go build your website today. And I want to give a special shout out and thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. All right, so next up is this really lovely piece that comes to us from Juan Carlos. It's called Year One, and he writes a little note in the front which simply states, "Hi Ted, I wanted to share my first zine, Year One. These photos are from my first year of life with a camera. Thank you for everything you do. Cheers, Juan." So Juan, I love the idea of a visual journal. I think street photography, especially in color, is very difficult to do. And I have to say, I am really impressed. Considering this is just a couple of years ago, you're very new to photography and you've got a very mature sense of your own work. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Some of your pairings in here are amazing. I love the shoes in the street with the guy putting on heels. Another favorite spread of mine is the cat on top of the air conditioning with the nuns on the opposite spread. And man, I love the sense of humor that you have in here. Your sense of composition is really good. This is very effectively communicated. And I think you have a very difficult subject. And for somebody who hasn't been photographing that long, man, I am very impressed with this. I will link up to Juan below. Juan, you should be really proud, man. This is a nice little zine. And next up is a piece called While You Were Sleeping. This comes to us from John Park. I've featured John on Mailtime videos several times now. He's taken my zine workshop. John is a wonderful human being and a really good photographer. And I think this falls right in step with the other work that I've seen from John. John, you have an amazing sense of pairing on these things. And what's really interesting is I've seen a few of these pieces before and they're repaired in this. And I think it adds a whole new life to them. One of the things that I love about what John does is, first of all, he's got a really wide range to the work that he produces. You see a lot of color mixed with black and white, and a lot of times with image pairings, and I certainly do a lot of this in my own work as well. I kind of try to pair things geometrically, or I have kind of a form or flow that goes from one image into the next when you see them together on a spread. I love how John likes to embrace opposites a lot of times. It works really well, I think just as well as trying to find similarities in images. And he has a little of that sometimes, but I want to point out a couple of my favorites in here. I think the one that's probably the most compelling to me is this spread where we've got the beach on one side and you've got this thing burning next to a highway on the other. They're completely opposite. And I can't really tell you why I like this so much. I think it's more of a feeling that is portrayed within these, but it really speaks to me. And man, this is really good. You've got an awesome little zine that you put together here. And it ends with the line, "Time for bed," which plays off of the title, While You Were Sleeping. And I love the fact that there is sort of a subconscious level to the work being presented here. John, this is absolutely outstanding. I'm going to link up to John below. Check out my man John. He is awesome. All right, so next up is this beautiful piece called Somewhere in the Middle of Nowhere. This comes to us from Erhan Coral, enclosed a note which reads, "Dear Ted, I hope you're doing well. About 2 years ago, I sent you my photo book, Alone in the City, and I was truly honored by your thoughtful and generous review on your channel. It meant a lot to me, not just in exposure that it brought, but the insight and the sincerity you shared about the work. Since then, I've continued exploring new projects, and I've recently completed a new book titled Somewhere in the Middle of Nowhere. It was photographed across the vast and hauntingly quiet landscapes of Mongolia, a visual reflection on isolation, scale, and the subtle poetry of emptiness." All right, so Erhan, I absolutely love the photographs in here. I love the concept. I think you've executed this beautifully. I love the fact that it was shot in Mongolia. You've explored these themes of emptiness, loneliness. It's all in black and white. It's beautiful. Your photographs are outstanding. However, I'm going to point out just a little thing about your design and layout that I think could be improved on. And so this is nitpicky, but I think it's also very important. So most of you have probably already realized, and you've cracked the code, that what we have in each one of these images, and I'll show you on this one, for instance, is we have an image on the right, this full bleed, and I think that's well placed because you actually see it first when you turn the page. And then on the left-hand side, we've got text and then a crop out of the image over here. This I kind of take issue with for two reasons. One, it's a little obvious that you crop something out, and I'm not sure why. And then the second thing is this just gets tedious because it's repeated on every single page in the zine. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out to you is I think that you could go one of two ways on this. Either you need to start varying that layout up, or I think there's a wonderful opportunity to have a question answer or some kind of relationship as a spread between the image you selected and this part over here. I don't think it needs to be cropped out of the image. It kind of starts to, don't take this the wrong way, it becomes gimmicky a little bit real quick. And I once the viewer, when you're going through the zine, me in particular, once I figured it out, then I kind of get tired of seeing it. So I think I would do one of two things. Actually, you kind of need to do both of two things. I would quit cropping out of this image. It's too obvious. There is a wonderful opportunity here for dialogue between the two, and I think you could take advantage of that. That's one way of looking at it, and I know it's more work, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. And the other thing is I would vary this up. So maybe I would put the text with the smaller image on the right occasionally. I would let this breathe a little bit and leave some blank pages in. We talk a lot of, when I do the zine workshop, about phrasing, and it just needs to be broken up a little bit. But other than that, I think it's outstanding, and I wanted to tell you that because I think if you made some tweaks on here, you'd have a piece that really is over and above and beyond, and it would just be amazing. It's printed well. I love the perfect binding on here. I don't mind the long horizontal. I'm not a huge fan of those, but I think it works well in context with your work. I would just work on those layouts a little bit. I think it's more work, but you have an opportunity to have a dialogue between two images there, not just a crop out of the same one. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this today. A little rapid fire style. The work is awesome that was sent in, and I want to thank everybody for sending something. I will link up to everybody in the show description below. Support your fellow colleagues. A lot of them have their work for sale if you wanted to get one of these, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, later.